Hello everybody, welcome to the show. What kind of show? Oh, it's a cast battle, a shootout. No, not these combos, but this reel versus this reel. If you guys don't know what this is, Aldebaran. This is the MGL 30, the JDM version, not the American MGL 50. Just the spool, I think, is the only difference. But this one holds less line. But it's going up against our new Zillion, and this is the, what is this one called? Oh my god, I don't even know. Do you guys know? Let's read the name. Well, it's SVTW with the boost, but the new Zillion SVTW with boost, right? So what I've done is I spooled this reel first with this line, so we have the same amount of line. So basically they're both 30s right at the moment, but this one definitely doesn't have as much, and it may hinder it. Now for the finessey parts, it won't. Well, here's what we're doing today. I'm going to start with the Aldebaran. We're going to cast some bigger baits, your regular size baits, you know, bass fishing that you typically throw in bait casting gear, and that's the NRX 803. So I'm just going to zing them out here. This isn't a true accurate, you know, foot by foot. You guys will be able to see how far it's going, hopefully by the splashes, and then so we're going to see overall distance with those baits, and then I may flick a few out here, and just right over here onto my side there's some stumps. I'll be able to do a little maybe accuracy thing. I may put you guys on the chesty for that. So I'm going to start with this reel on this rod, then we'll take this reel, put it on this rod, do the same thing. Then we're going to jump down. We're going to do a like very lightweight baits. How low will this reel go? How low will this reel go on the Teton 661? Very two good rods, but for different things. Very versatile rods, but for different ends of spectrums. And we're going to see just how versatile and how well these two reels cast. Is it a battle you guys saw coming? Of course it is. It's Daiwa versus Shimano. Ford versus Chevy, right? Buckle up and hang on. Let's go. Everybody, you know, if you guys can see these crazy gusts. But we're seeing how versatile and how resilient these reels are. And today's a test for sure. So I'm going to start out with, you know, a chatterbait. Chatterbait, I guess some would say it's easy to throw, which I call it easy to throw, but we're just going to throw it. And I have already more or less set these reels up, and we ended up with, I guess I should show you that. I ended up with two brakes, two of these, I call them brakes, but like the arms, two engaged, two disengaged. Can you guys make that out? I didn't try it with one. I possibly could have done one like I have on Aldebaran 50, and then maybe turn the dial up more. But I found that with the two engaged, I found its limits, is what I'm saying. So I don't think one disengaged, probably turned all the way up, would still need more. This is hard to do when it's on the reel. So I got that locked in. So I was out here test casting, and 2 or anything under 2, it typically wanted to backlash, even using the wind with me. If I put a very hard cast, it'd want to backlash. So this setting here should be where we want this one at. I guess I'll show you where I have this one set, because I was already out here playing with it, and you guys can, well, maybe you can't see. Can you guys see where it's at? I can't see where it's at. Okay, it is at 3. There's not really, it goes like, I think it starts out at, what does it start out at? 0. So yeah, it goes 0, then there's just a dot, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all the way up to, so we have it on 3, and it goes all the way up to 20. So very little brakes are on this reel. So there's 2, 3. And I like this because I can see it and adjust it real simply. So let's just start. Let's just see where we can go with this. And I'm gonna zing it. They got the wind. You guys see that splashdown? Threw quite a bit of line off. And that was a pretty good cast, no backlashes. It's gonna be a while. This is the HG, not the XG. I got the high gear or high gear, not the extra high. I got the extra high on the Daiwa. Come on. Get in here. That is a long cast. All right, so remember where that landed. I call that a very good cast. We'll kind of be able to tell by how much line comes off. So I'm going to jump to a bait that typically is easy. I call it easy to throw. I think a jerk bait myself is fairly easy to cast. And I'm going to do it without the rubber band on. Did you guys hear this wind? And I'll do a normal, this is the ease of casting and overall, like on the water test, but I will do one at the house on, or out in the field on the exact deals, if these are close enough that you can't really tell in this video. Look at that, that went way out. This definitely goes further than the chatterbait. So we'll bring it in. Come on, that was a good long cast. You know what? I'm gonna do that again because whoa, where'd you guys go? I'm gonna do that one over again. The wind blew you guys off and I didn't show you the spool. So what I'm gonna do, not only so you can kind of see where it's hitting, I'll show you the spool where you get an idea how much line gets. Oh my God, this is gonna wear my arm out by the time I'm done. I normally don't do real long casts anyway. So here we go. That was a good cast. Whoa, I actually slowed it down a little. Look at that. You guys see how much line was taken off that? So we're down to almost, I mean, that's a lot of line. That was a cast, I heard it going. This is definitely a casting machine, this reel, 30 MGL. Now when it comes to, it should be about the same as the 50, but when it comes down to lighter baits is when this should excel over the 50. It should be very close with baits like this. If you guys have a 50. Come on. All right, let's just switch baits. That was a cast. That was a zing a zing zing and a bling bling. All right. So I'm gonna jump down to a little bait. Not I don't even know what this weighs. You know what? I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna jump right to this guy, then we're going to do the other one. So we're on the big side, the 1/2 ounce and the 3/4 ounce. Then we're gonna jump right to the little stuff. Okay, so this video is not too terribly long for you guys. You know, I mean, I should be able to tell right off once I'm throwing on the same rod with the same baits. You know, ow, that almost was ugly. Now this could, and I'm not worried about this. It's a Strike King Red Eye Shad. I don't care if I lose it or not. But this, I have not tried throwing a bait this heavy on this, and I've only got 10-pound test. It could break off if it backlashes. So let's just see, because I want to be able to come out here also on a reel. I want to be able to throw a 1/2 ounce, a 3/4. I want to throw different baits without having to set and monkey with that. So it should be able to. You guys, I didn't even see where it hit. It definitely zings that out. Burn, 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 pause. Burn, 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 pause. It ain't working. All right, let's get this baby back. That was a long, real long. That was a real long cast, guys. I'm just telling you. That was real long. Oh, I thought I had a hit. That was a long cast. Woo. That wore me out. Okay, let's just stop right there. Let me cut this off. Leave the snap on. I'm going to tie that snap on right onto that dude, and we're going to start with him and work our way the reverse way. All right, I'm back. I'm trying to hurry up before this GoPro battery goes dead. So this guy, hopefully we don't break. Let's go with this guy real quick. Did I cast higher? Through. I think I may have cheated that. I may have cast higher. I couldn't tell for sure, but I threw all the line off. See that? I should probably do one more cast. Don't throw it quite as high. I don't know. It felt like it was definitely sailing. It was definitely quieter. Have you guys noticed that? This reel casts quieter. It's like got a. It's way out there though. I mean, I didn't measure in foot, but they're roughly the exact same amount of line. But that was cool that we cast all the line off. Look at that. I let it hit. That sucker, this SV Boost, baby. This SV Boost spool is no joke as far as just casting. Now, how well will it go down? That's pretty cool to be able to cast all of a 30. What the 30 has on it, I didn't get. I mean, I got down there, but there was still probably 20 foot of line left. I swear I'm getting a hit there. There must be a little stick up. All right, one more cast with this, and then we'll go to another bait. I'm gonna try not to throw. Let's see. I'm gonna try to just. Still got keeping the trajectory low. Trajectory low. It's still got it probably as far. I don't know, guys. I swear, I might have to get out and do some actual, footage on the ground. But I swear this thing casts just as far or further. That thing ticks off something every time I get through there. One of these times it's gonna be a fish. All right, well, let's keep going. Honestly, 3/4 ounce. I have to give it to this reel right here. That was. I didn't think I'd be able to throw all this line, as much line as that MGL 30 will hold. I didn't think I'd be able to completely spool one. Ooh. So let's. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. All right, let's go. This dude. Oh, I tumbled him. Still got way out there. I don't know. Did you guys see where it landed? Is it as far as with the Aldebaran? I may stick the Aldebaran on real quick, back on, and try that big bait. I swear this thing 3/4 ounce ain't no joke. I'm definitely liking that new spool. I'm gonna have to get me a whole nother one of these in order to put a BFS spool on and keep this one for this kind of thing. I call them even so far on this. It kind of tumbled. Well, actually, let me get a good cast. If you guys remember right, I called the Aldebaran one was like perfect. It was like, phew, this thing wasn't tumbling. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I think it's hard to tell. They seem even when it comes to that, like a 1/2 ounce, I think that's a 1/2 ounce jerk bait. I don't know if I could tell you a difference, but as far as that 3/4 ounce, I definitely think we got a winner in this guy. Heavier bait. Still call them even on this. I really, they felt the same. I mean, that Aldebaran, when it went, you guys remember me talking, I commented on it, I was like, wow, that felt very good. And then what I do, the chatterbait. So let's see a chatterbait. Now this is heavier than the 1/2 ounce. It's a 3/8 ounce chatterbait with that on it. So it's probably 5/8. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know for sure. So yeah, when it comes down to the 1/2 ounce, I'd call them more close to even. We watched me throw all the line off twice with this and the 3/4. Let me try this chatterbait again. I'm gonna throw it up. I'm gonna see if I can throw all the line off with this chatterbait. Technically it should, but man, they just a chatterbait, or spinnerbaits, they're not aerodynamic. That skirt, it's kind of like an umbrella. It starts, parachute. It starts slowing you down the minute you let go of it. No, good cast, but I wouldn't say it's like one's better than the other. All right, real quick. How much footage? Okay, let's. All right, we're switching rods. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna start with a little crankbait, and we're gonna throw this guy. You know this deal. And then we're gonna throw this guy. So I believe this is 6 grams maybe, and this is like 2 grams. So we're just gonna get an idea of the range, because I call this BFS size baits. Oh my God. Hang on, we're tangled up already. Okay. Now they should both easily cast this thing. And I'm gonna kind of aim, we're gonna try to use the bank as sort of a judgment. No, we're not. It pulled off that way. So, let me get this guy back in. We're gonna try to use the bank. Hang on a second. And this is a new bait. And it seems like it's running pretty good. I'm reeling pretty fast and it's not going anywhere, in case you guys are wondering. Let's try that again. See that? Very good long cast. Burn, 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 pause. I think I'm in dead grass. So very good cast. Let's jump right to that little guy, and then we'll go to the Zillion. Then I'm gonna rig them back up, and I will try because I'm running this on the NRX. So when I do switch, put them back on, we're gonna give it another shot at that 3/4 ounce. I'm gonna try to set it to where it'll throw all the line off of this spool, and then we could call it even with the Zillion. But before we do, we need to see if it can handle this guy. Now it's got a big snap on, so typically you wouldn't be throwing a snap that big, but I'm going to use the same snap when I put the Zillion on. And this bait sucks with that snap, and with the fact that it's 10-pound line, it sucks. If you throw a bait that small, you want to use them smallest snaps like I talked about before, or no snap, and you want to use like 2 or 4 pound test, probably 6 at the tops, but probably less. But all we're worried about is, can it cast it out very far? So I'm going to do an overhead, just because that's, I don't know, just because. Whoa! It actually got a good cast. It backlash because I let it hit the water. That wind is kicking. So I'm going to just sidearm now. Then we're going to jump to the other bait, or to the other reel. It pulled to the left, but it definitely is doable. You guys saw that. 2 grams. Try that again. It's pulling and the wind's actually helping it. But so it's doable. Now I'm going to try a true distance. I'm going to try to zing this sucker as hard as I can, get as much distance as I can. I don't know if you guys can see it landing over there. It's definitely got a heavy pull on it. Let me try one more overhead so it'll stay within your guys' viewing range. I had to slow it down. But yeah, it's about the same. You guys can make out where that's landing. Let's just get the other reel on. We'll get this little on the water showdown shootout over with. All right, like that magic, we're switched out, got this guy on. I don't know what this is going to do. I have not tried to throw this light of bait with this dude. Pulled hard to the left too. I think this is where, even though the line, you know, we have the same amount of line as the 30, I think this is probably a heavier spool than that Aldebaran one. I don't know. I guess I should check the weights. I guess I should be more thorough, right? Whatever. Yeah, I can feel this is more restricted. I can just feel it. So as they're sitting right now, and I guess makes sense, the Aldebaran 30 is a little better on that low end, but this SB boost thing seems to be better on the high end when you go up in weights. So I'd say to where it's, and you can adjust them. I'm just talking about, I want like set it and forget it kind of feel. And I was playing around with those mid-sized baits like that. So it's close. Hopefully you guys can see that, and you guys can look back on footage, because I'm trying not to be biased. I want this reel to beat the Aldebaran, but in all seriousness, it should not be able to. Just for the fact that you're dealing with the kind of a 30 size spool compared to this one. But I mean, it's right there. Do you guys see that? I just think it felt a touch easier with the Aldebaran once I got this little guy going. But it was still difficult. Like, they're not easy. This bait is a hard bait to throw. I hooked myself. But for, if I had to use one for true lightweight at the moment, would be that guy. But I will tell you this, because I have a $13 spool coming for this. You can't get a cheap Aldebaran spool, or spool for the Aldebaran. You can't get anything cheap that says Aldebaran. But they make a nice $54 one for the BFS, but the one, because it has a different braking system, you cannot get a very nice spool, you know, BFS spool for the Aldebaran at an affordable, what I call affordable price. I'm sure Avail probably makes one, or you could get enough parts to put one, you know, basically turn it into a BFS Aldebaran. But for this little dude right here, I got one coming, a $13 spool, or like the $54 real nice spools, or like a guy mentioned, or because I touched on, I could get spacers. They're out there. I don't know how hard they are to get, and you can actually run the Alphas, SVTW, or any of those spools that are fitting the newer Alphas will also fit in this, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, you gotta have the spacers, but the stock spool size you can get on AliExpress. Is this boat moving? So if you remember right, we cast down that way, right? I think the boat's moved. Went a little bit to the left. This new bait, is it running true? Yeah. I got the old one is on the CU double. This is one of the new ones. I bought two new ones. Let me get another cast. So yeah, I'm wrapping this up. If you guys want, if I get enough comments, I will do, because I've done, just in what little bit I've done there, I've seen what I needed to see, and I'll give you my thoughts, and you guys can tell me, well, that ain't what I saw out there, Charlie, but I'm telling you, it's what I saw. I'm living it. I'm here living it. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to, once I put this on this rod, I feel we're at a slight disadvantage, even though we have the same amount of line, because that took forever. We're back. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to get, hang on, I need to throw this line off. I was throwing that little bitty stuff. Whoa, stuck it in the, I was throwing that little bitty stuff, and it kind of had this line fluffy, you know what I'm saying? When you get that lighter bait. So before I started winging like 3/4 ounce stuff out. So, all right, I got my ideas, but I'm gonna give this thing one more shot and see if I can spool this thing. I need to be able to throw all that line off. So I'm gonna let it have it. Nope, it stopped. Did you guys see that? It stopped pretty short. Now this time I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna burn this sucker all the way in. Maybe we'll catch a fish. Is this dead grass out there? What that has? I literally have something. Surely that's not a dead fish. Dead grass. Surely. How did I hook somebody's line? I told you guys, every time I come out here, I hook some dead line. I don't know how that. Every time. Every time. Oh my God, I'm just trying to cast. Here, Now the boat drifts again. The wind keeps blowing me off the bank. All right, let's try this again. All right, here we go, boys and girls. I'm gonna let her have it, okay? So ways out there, but we still got a lot of line. Let me reel this back in. Because I did the same thing with that camo line that's on the Zillion. I reeled up this spool, and I'll show you that this one isn't technically what I call all the way full. So yeah, if you guys can make it out, I always leave a little bit down. See how I did that? It's like that on both sides. I don't, that's about where I like my spools when I completely fill them. A lot of times I don't even get them that full, but I wanted, for this test, I put that much on of the camo color, not the blue camo. Then I switched it to so let's just switch, and I'm going to put kind of bonus deal. You're going to get a little bonus because you're going to also see if this rod is capable of casting as this guy. So how far was that we were casting? Let's see. Does that SV boost kick in that much, make that much of a difference once you get into big weights? So we're going to try out 13 fishing rod now. Ooh, I don't even know if this rod's even thinking about being rated for that. It says 5/8, close enough. 5/8 is a little lighter, but so let's try this again. We're just going to try to zing all this line off. Okay, we did not get all the line off that time. Was it the difference in the rod, or was I scared I was going to break this? Let me get one more cast. Take my word, I tried turning that Shimano down earlier, and every time I went just past 2, if you go just under, or 2 or just under, it would backlash. And then this one's the same way. It's on 3, and if I tried to go to 2, it started getting fluffy. It didn't want it, and that's with regular bait. So anyway, one more cast up in the air like I did the other one. Cast all the line off with this rod. I'm just telling you, when you go, if you're a big bait thrower, that sucker right there will smoke some stuff. That is a cast. That's a casting machine for big baits for sure. Because the Aldebaran's no slouch. This rod ain't no slouch either. For $79 Fate Black, I'm telling you guys, that lineup is worth the money. $80 rod. It works and feels good. They're definitely rated. They're heavier than their rating suggests. So I'd suggest filling them in store, or just know that the mediums are going to feel more like a medium heavy, and so on and so forth. So if you're wanting a stouter rod and it says it's a medium, it's more likely it'll work for you. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. That battery's flashing. Now, I will, if I get any other kind of stuff, something I happen to find, I'm gonna test these out more today. Whoa, I'm gonna be throwing different baits. Ease of casting, I may tag something else on, and you may see me, the fish catches on that I had on this combo. I'm just going to cast them around, and this does feel better. This is a way more expensive combo. You could this whole combo you can buy for the price of either one of these, the rod or the reel, and still have money left over. But this is an awesome combo. But the Fate rod is also an awesome choice. But that reel, that Zillion, I'm liking it. Is it better than Aldebaran? Well, here's what my thoughts are. I think, from what I just seen, your standard baits, your half-ounce stuff, even this, like chatterbaits, 3/8 to a 1/2 ounce, even with the little skirt, your 1/2 ounce jerk bait type things, your spinners like that. So far what I've done today, I think that I think they're almost even. Honestly, they feel good. I don't think you couldn't go wrong with either other if you're in that mid-range. But then if you typically throw bigger baits also, or that's what you're intending it for, like this, 3/4 ounce or bigger, you know, whopper ploppers and all that kind of stuff, big stuff, I have to say the Zillion beats for sure the MGL spools in general, because the 30, you shouldn't get any better if you go to other MGL spools. I think the SV Boost, in my opinion, is a better spool option than the MGLs. But when it comes for that little stuff, I think it was close to even. But definitely if you're a, you know, finessey, you want it to max out maybe up here with a big, you know, which is probably 1/4 ounce. Say if your range is that 1/2 ounce down, then yeah, probably the MGL spools. But if your range is at say 1/4 ounce up, I'd have to give it to the SV Boost, that new SV Boost technology. I just do. That's from just the ease of how they felt. Like, I was amazed. This feels so freaking good throwing that 3/4 ounce. I couldn't believe it. That one, remember the cast I did with the jerkbait did feel like when I casted it, just the way it went out, that was an amazing cast with that one. Whoa, you guys, it's getting windy. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and I probably will, I don't know when, on a day when it's not windy and I can go out to a field or something, grab, I don't know which rod, maybe do it on a different rod, but take both these out and do an actual accurately distance casting. But so far, ease of use, I'd call them very, very close to being even. And I honestly have to give this the nod of the reel I recommend, just for the fact that to buy this, a 30 or a 50 MGL, you're going to spend more money than you can buy this reel for, and you can actually go to AliExpress and buy a BFS spool and still probably cheaper than you can go buy this reel for. Digitaka has this for like 280 bucks. You can go to AliExpress, just punch in, you know, once you start looking at Daiwa BFS spools or DIY shallow spools. The T31 is the expensive one, $54, but that's an awesome spool. Or if you just go the generic, it'll let you throw lighter baits than the SV Boost will. You could use this Boost for your big bait, buy that cheap $13 one, get down in there throwing, you know, 2 gram baits. You're not going to throw a trout magnet with that cheap one. You got to get that $54 one to do that. But anyway, I'm not knocking this reel as far as this is an awesome reel, and I got the Aldebaran BFS, still my favorite BFS reel of all time. We'll see what this guy can do when we get a good BFS spool in it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Get out of here, go bass and bonsai. I'm gonna try to catch some bass. Sorry I had to hurry it up. I'm wrapping it up because I'm gonna get out here and do some more fishing. So if you see me catching any on this combo or that combo, they'll be on this video. But look forward to my fishing on Christmas Eve video and check out all the catches. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye. I just want to try this guy. This will honestly be a test to see if I can cast this into the wind. This is definitely tougher than that 3/4 ounce to cast into the wind. Oh, it wanted to do it, but it just didn't have it in it. But it got far enough I can maybe entice something to hit that. I think I like that other 13 fishing rod better for... Nope, ain't gonna do it. I guess this would be a test. I could put this on the 13 fishing rod, see if it'll do it. Into the wind, same settings. I got line everywhere. That's why I use braid. Told you, boys and girls. Well, let me try that. Let me try to switch. Let's try that. So, although I love the way it casts with the wind, against the wind, it's like Bob Seger. It didn't quite work for that. Ow, ow. Hook talking to myself as we speak, as I speak. I do not like that. I'm gonna try my red one. I just don't want to lose it. But I'm gonna switch to the Booyah in a minute here. But let's see. Let's see if the SV Boost. Look at that. That right there speaks volumes to me. Did you guys see that? See the difference? Same settings. And I've said that before, and I'll say it again about a Daiwa. They are just an easier to cast, more forgiving, that brake system. Those reels, watch this. And it backlashes. No, but seriously, wait. I said it once, I'll say it again. You got to use braid, and you won't have problems. Oh boy. Well, one of these. Did you see? I don't even know what I did, but I did it. Did you guys witness it? I got it out. But that's why, as I repeat myself for the 50 millionth time, that I use braid. Because I'm always doing this stupid stuff. Where is my bait? Well, let's try this again. I guess just don't throw it as hard. So look at that. Did you guys witness that? Out of 3 casts, 2 of them made it and 1 of them didn't. Definitely more forgiving in the wind. But the bait don't work. Let's try throwing. Let's try. How about just this dude just swimming through there, just minding his own business. Wow, that wind. That wind is something else. How about just that dude just swimming through, minding his own business. There's all kinds of activity out there. There always is, like almost every time I come through here. There's always something going on. I'm not getting far, but I'm casting without backlashing. All right, it's lightweight. Hopefully it's aerodynamic. Wow, look at that. A little 1/4 ounce went out there a little ways too in the wind. Wind blew him off course, but oh well. I don't know what all that stuff I was seeing out there was. Possibly crappie, I guess. Definitely ain't gonna be able to throw a crappie jig out here. Alright, let's try the bright one. I may bounce him off the bottom if I can even cast him out. I want that rubber band. Whoa, look at that. Look at that bait. Zing! Look out. Look, that's white caps. White caps, baby. Gonna tip the boat over. Man, this thing casts good into the wind. I am gonna let that one sink all the way down. I'm gonna kind of do a yo-yo.